In 1900, inside the Forbidden City, a 24-year-old girl knelt before an old woman. She begged, she wept, she pleaded for her life. The old woman simply smiled coldly and signaled to her eunuchs.
She dared to love the man this woman controlled. She dared to encourage independence.
Her greatest crime. Dared to defy the most powerful woman's gaze, saying no.
She pushed an ancient empire into the abyss. The West called her the Dragon Lady.
This is the story of the most ruthless woman in Chinese history.
In 1851, a 16-year-old girl, a selection of imperial consorts took place. Hundreds of young Manchu girls were brought for the emperor. Among them, a 16-year-old, daughter of a low-ranking official. She wasn't the most beautiful, not the wealthiest, but she possessed an intelligence so sharp it was dangerous to many. While others beautified, this girl learned to read, write, and understand court operations. She was one of the few Manchu women fluent in Chinese, a skill others considered useless. Other consorts were fatally wrong. Her unique skill would soon define her destiny.
Emperor Xianfeng noticed her, not for beauty, but for her remarkable cleverness.
He allowed her to read court memorials, even participate in state discussions. An unprecedented privilege.
In 1856, she gave birth to the emperor's only son.
When Emperor Xianfeng died in 1861, he left a regency council for his young son.
But this woman, Yehenara, would not stand behind men. Her ambition was too great. Within months, she orchestrated a coup. The 8 regents were swiftly overthrown.
3 were executed. 1, Su Shun, was beheaded in the marketplace, a humiliating death. Others received white silk, a royal mercy by imperial standards, to hang themselves.
From that moment, this woman began 47 years of rule, hidden behind the curtain. At 26, she held absolute power. Imperial rules dictated the successor from the next generation. This woman broke all rules.
She chose her 4-year-old nephew, Zaitian, as the new emperor, Guangxu.
Why? A 4-year-old child needed a regent. And who would that regent naturally be? Of course it would be her. Her power now solidified, undeniable and absolute. The child was torn from his family, locked inside the Forbidden City's cold walls.
Kin Baba.
Orba.
A woman forcing her nephew to call her father. That was her assertion of absolute power.
When Emperor Guangxu grew up, he wanted to rule on his own. She wouldn't allow it.
In 1889, she officially retired to the Summer Palace. Everyone knew it was a performance. Every important decision still passed through her hands. Officials remained loyal to her.
When the Emperor dared to have opinions, she reminded him who truly held power.
She forced him to marry her niece, Jing as Empress.
The Emperor despised his wife, sleeping with her only once in their marriage.
Who cared about the Emperor's happiness? Certainly not this calculating woman.
What she didn't anticipate was Guangxu falling in love with someone else.
Consort Zhen, the Pearl Consort, a 13-year-old girl. Beautiful, intelligent, and bold.
She was drawn to new ideas, quietly entering the imperial world. To her, the camera was simply another way of seeing. Most dangerously, she encouraged the emperor to reform and modernize the nation.
In 1898, Guangxu, influenced by Consort Zhen, issued shocking reforms. In 103 days, he issued over 100 decrees, reforming education, military,
modernizing the military, opening trade, abolishing outdated systems. The 100 Days Reform.
She could not let the empire she built be destroyed by a reckless nephew. Or a daring consort. Her 4 decades of rule would not be undone easily. On September 28, she struck.
The Emperor, Guangxu, was imprisoned on Yingtai Island in Zongnanhai. His reign ended. Reform officials were hunted down. The six gentlemen, were beheaded without trial.
Countries that want reform must shed blood. China has not yet had anyone die for reform. Then let it begin with me.
Consort, Guangxu's beloved, was stripped of her title, imprisoned.
In a small, cold room, cut off.
And the Emperor, imprisoned in his palace, hundreds of meters from Cixi.
never allowed to see her. A mere puppet in the hands of the woman who raised him.
In 1900, the Boxer Rebellion erupted, attacking foreigners and Chinese Christians. The Eight-Nation Alliance marched on Beijing. The Forbidden City fell into chaos.
In that chaos, this woman decided to settle an old, lingering grudge.
On August 15th, 1900.
The 24-year-old girl, after 2 years of imprisonment, appeared pale and thin.
I had planned to bring you. But foreign soldiers will violate you. I trust you know what you should do. I beg you, let the Emperor negotiate. He must not leave the capital. This is his duty. That was her final mistake. Cixi flew into a rage and swiftly signaled.
still exists in the Forbidden City. So small, visitors doubt a body fit.
But they did it. Her body lay for a year. Emperor Guangxu never knew what happened until too late. He remained a prisoner.
Ailing in 1908, Cixi was 73. And Guangxu.
He would restore the honor of those killed, reverse everything she had built. That could not happen. Her control had to remain absolute, even in death's shadow.
They said illness. But for 100 years, rumors...
In 2008, Chinese scientists discovered the truth. Arsenic levels 2,000 times normal. Emperor Guangxu was poisoned. Reportedly, the poison was placed in a bowl of yogurt.
Chinese historians concluded only one person had authority to order his death.
The woman on her deathbed.
She killed her own nephew just 22 hours before she herself died. Even death could not stop her from controlling everything from beyond the grave.
According to tradition, the successor was named.
A child she knew would never truly rule. 3 years later, the Qing dynasty collapsed.
Ending 268 years of history, over 2,000 years of imperial rule. That woman's name, Yehenara, known to history as Empress Dowager Cixi.
The West called her the Dragon Lady, a title filled with fear and dread.
She ruled for 47 years, killed those who stood in her way, suppressed reform. The most terrifying thing wasn't what she did, but how.